Okay. So that's a bit scary because Cataplevis should not be the be-all end-all boss monster that we're running into at this point. We're gonna be running into much scarier things as we continue to go down in lair here. In fact, we have run into scarier things on our delves through the mine shafts. Just making sure we never... No, we're in a good place now. Group Gamer, oh god, the old yak tiles. Yeah, didn't they get turned into something that's like a bit more indicative of how dangerous they are? Like, aren't they like giant buff, like pit bull sheep now? I think it's something like that, right? In the new tile set. Them and Knowles got tile set upgrades that finally showcase the fear that they instill in low level or weaker characters. Especially the yaks, because they're just cute old sheep. But they're absolutely murderous, destructive, brutal in every way. Speaking of brutal, wolf spiders, everything's hitting pretty hard here. I should definitely think about switching into heavier armor. In fact, we can probably get away with it with how high our strength score is what I was originally going for, but I guess that technically follows. Brig. Okay, so wolf spiders, apparently, absolutely wrecking our day still. And yeah, for the yak tiles, it's funny. I'll have to take another peek at the new yak tiles, see if they look. I guess, are the new tiles available fully for old versions? Anything like that? Any limitations there? Because I think I just haven't gotten around to checking it out. Definitely could be fun. Oh, crap, I just slashed at a Hydra with my sword, which is genius. I'm gonna switch places with my Ice Beast though, because that gives me at least a wee bit of safety there. Oh, whoops, I don't think so. Okay, then I don't feel too bad about missing out on it. Now here. But I'll have to check that out. And though it does require a little bit of reconfiguring to just put the right threat assessment levels onto all the different sprite icons. So there's a lot of built-in muscle memory there for that. We can play the 0.27 pre-release offline as far as I know. Yeah, definitely might be switching to it at some point, but we've had a couple people ask about the trunk modes and if we were going to switch up at all. But I think I'm sticking with 0.26 at least for a little bit here. I wanted to get a halfling run in on this win with every species. And though maybe, I don't know, it goes two ways where I really want to get one last hurrah in with halflings, but they're also going to be gone. So I'm not sure how much interest there is for people who are only playing trunk or, you know, further editions of the game to see a halfling run. Either make them just realize what they missed out on, or something they'll never be interested in. Neither of which is great. Okay, taking some silly damage here as I just stand in front of yaks, but I'm gonna use Slouch to just finish off the last couple hits. Slouch uses a lot more piety than the Heroic Smite, but it's almost a similar use case where in a really bad situation, it's a pretty solid panic button to resort to just delete monsters off the screen. But okay, normal yaks should be able to fight army to army here. I would probably prefer to be by walls, so Frozen Ramparts was going, but oh, that kind of works. Yeah, a bunch of them just stood right in it. Perfect. Much better when there aren't any death yaks involved. There's a pretty huge step up between the two. Let us keep it going here. Oh man, maybe should have tried to split the elephants a wee bit more here, but apparently ice beasts are kicking butt this time around. Might change right away. Yeah, as we get surrounded by more and more elephants. But we'll bring in another one. We'll bring in the frozen ramparts now that it's doing something. Crap. Ice beasts. Getting pushed back is kind of nice because it's a faster way to move than us doing it ourselves. Sadly, Ice Beast got removed from the Ice Elementalist starting book. Oh no. Oh no, then I definitely can't switch. It's my crutch. It's how I deal with everything as an Ice Elementalist early on. That's funny. Okay, taking a couple risky steps here, but as long as we have some summons distracting along the way, should be able to afford the risky maneuvers. Keeping a close eye on my health as well, though. Okay, there's a good opportunity to get some damage going. It's 25 each. Good to confirm. Theoretically, I could die, but I don't think I will, so I won't. That's how probability works, right? Just keep having to put up frozen ramparts as the elephants break through it, the monsters. But we're no longer quite as lethal range here, so we can finish off the fight. Me, oh my. Yes, this is the life of a Che follower. Just constantly putting myself into dangerous situations. Not being able to retreat from them. Having to live with those actions. Okay, Dream Sheep. Immediately bring in the summons because we need all the ambient damage we can afford. Okay, 1 Dream Sheep is dead. 2 Dream Sheep dead. Get absolutely wrecked. Much better than our first encounter with them, where again, I do think we got exceptionally unlucky with how that first fight went. It was pretty rough. Oh man. Why you gotta be like this, elephants? I just want to cast my cool Ice Rampart spell, but no. Not too shabby. Just figuring out a bit more of a pattern for those elephant packs, which we've seen a surprising number of elephant packs. Don't know how much of that is just 0.26 shenanigans that I'm still unfamiliar with in my recent switch, or if we've gotten a crazy seed here in terms of sheer elephant numbers. As for inventory management, you don't. I should throw away some of this throwing stuff. I like to pick it up because it's useful tools to have in our back pocket. Like especially javelins. They're piercing, which is nice. Oops, didn't mean to throw one. That's fine. We'll take them off for now. Leave them around. The boomerangs of dispersal are useful even with 0 training. There's a chance I could hit something and blink it away from me, which is always handy to have as an option at the very least. I also have this staff that I haven't touched. Staff of Poison. Well, if the game gives me the option, I will pick up OTR and Ignite Poison in a flippin' heartbeat. But again, I've managed to trigger that part of my brain that goes, ooh, right, skills. Need to go back to those and check on these, because are there any big changes we want to make? I mentioned briefly earlier making a bit of a swerve into some conjurations here. I'm still not totally against. It might be nice to have some options, and even stuff like Stone Arrow and the like become available as well. Get a bit of non-elemental damage on our side just in case. But yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna learn Fulminant Prison. That's a pretty solid conjuration spell. Oh, because we have -2 in conjurations. That's why we might not want to do that. Right, aptitudes. Let's open our aptitudes. So transmutations I am very interested in delving into at some point, specifically if we pick up statue form. That's an instant swerve there because that gives us a whole lot of defensive capabilities, regardless of what kind of armor we're wearing, which is pretty nice. But I think a little bit of conjurations will go a long way. Just up to like 4 or something. So let's see, Fulminant Prisms is also a hex, which I don't believe we're particularly good at hexes. Oh, we're not particularly bad at hexes, right? Don't need to do extended. We have a spell in this category. Okay, so that's good to note. For any multi-school spells, it takes the average between the two, so we could do that instead. But it does not avail us to other conjurations, and I don't know how much interest I have in the other hexes. Hexes have gone through a lot of reworks over the years, and I haven't re-experimented with them in too long. I'm sure they've figured some of the stuff out in that regard, but not on this character, I don't think, for that kind of shenanigans there. I guess I should decide this. I'm so all over the place today and jumping around in my brain. Maybe I did decide it by quitting out of it. Was that my brain making the choices for me? Give myself a bit of conjurations. They're pretty generally applicable. Useful across the board. Yeah, I would really like some non-elemental based damage, even if just to give some insurance on anyone we might encounter in the future here. 6-headed Hydra, please fight better this time, Ice Beasts. Okay, that's usually how I expect this to go. Actually, never mind. What a weird roller coaster of a fight there. Almost killed the Hydra in one turn, and then the Hydra just immediately snapped back, clapped back, and almost murdered each and every one of them. Inner Flame plus any summon is very fun combo. Definitely, that's a capital letters fun in asterisks. Definitely is a lot of fun, but very, very dangerous. I probably would want a bit more experience using Inner Flame in its current iteration than I have. Weirdly enough, I like Fire Element. I'm so stupid. I like Fire Elementalists quite a lot, but I've never really had to resort to Inner Flame. I've gotten really lucky with a lot of my early spellbook finds and stuff, where I always had other options or kind of things to go into. But this is why we always check stairs before going down, because that welcoming party was all too happy to say hello. This is 30, 30, 25. Because I'd like to fight these folks. 7 telescrolls. Still have a lot of teleport scrolls. Decent number in the back pocket, but we will be wanting those in the future. This is not the dangerous areas of the game, or the most dangerous, I should say. Definitely dangerous in its own right. But instead of lollygagging, what are our options here? If we stand and fight, it's definitely got to be get the summons on, Frozen Ramparts up, because that's hitting a decent number of them there. By the way, one of the quality of life updates that changed from 0.25 to 0.26 that I noticed because I've played a decent amount of 0.25, having Icy Ramparts, Frozen Ramparts, I guess. I don't know why I always want to call them Icy Ramparts. It's my own little pet name, I guess. But I love that this doesn't just cast and has this targeting reticle now, because it's so much nicer not to waste those when they'll do absolutely nothing for you. But anyway, back to the task at hand. Let's maybe reach into some of these other options. Not a great chance of it using the Wand of Enslavement to get one of these buddies on our side, so that option probably next, unfortunately. Boomerang of Dispersal doesn't give us a lot of time. Right. Scroll of Teleportation. Just not gonna worry about it. Bring in the Ice Beasts. I think I was gonna say 1 or 2 more turns, so I switched places with my Ice Beast there. Got out in one piece. But dang it, they followed my ice beast this time. How did they know? Crap, I didn't actually expect them to follow my ice beast. You suck, summons. It didn't happen last time. They've learned. Okay, this time, proactive approach. Could always start slouching. That's our panic button of the day here. But is there any better option here? Scroll of Fear seems a bit wasted. Icy Ramparts, not too shabby. Okay, come on, Ice Beasts. Now we can use our Wand of Acid to potentially get some reduced ACs. Perfect. Okay, this is close enough now that I'm happy to fight this out with my crew. Beauty. I think. So we have a 30 hit max damage on the Deathy Axe. Sick. Very cool. Okay, so if we go to, where was it? Oh, whoops. It is this one, isn't it? Put a big old exclusion marker on that stairway before I do anything super stupid. And let's check out some of these other unexplored stairwells. Maybe they'll be a bit safer. Oh my gosh, this one's surrounded by water, which is our element, man. Been in a much better situation starting out in this section. I guess we don't even really need to be clearing layer 6 right now, and in fact maybe shouldn't be clearing layer 6 right now. But we already survived down here when we got shafted, so it feels like it would be a waste not to at least try, you know? Have you ever done a green Jesus run? Hilaric Priest of BO, get upgraded followers that you can eventually give artifacts to? No, yeah, we did a BO run for our Hilaric. That was our very first species attempt here. And it went pretty well, except, well, I guess that's all kind of relative. We did lose one run that got decently far along as well. But I have a lot of trouble keeping followers alive, I guess is the easiest way to sum up the main problem in the scenario. But definitely had a lot of fun with it. There's a whole lot of goofiness that comes in from having all your named followers and growing attached to them just to have them ripped from your very hands. Okay, stop pushing me so far. I always start losing track of my summons as we continually get shoved back here. But speaking of summons, let's bring in a couple more in the back. But yeah, on our Hilaric run, we had a couple of decent followers. We even had a couple of decent weapons handed out, but no really notable like armies of magically enchanted soldiers ready to do our bidding. Nothing quite to that extent. Okay, we're getting pretty close to could die in one hit, so keeping a close eye on our health as we finish off the last few elephants. Whew, those elephant packs are out of control. One miscast on our Ice Beast too. No good. Perfect. Okie dokie. More Deathy Axe. Alright, there's an ice dragon somewhere on this level. Right. That's important to note. Let's get the heck out of here. Layer 6 can wait. There's no reason for us to be hanging out here anymore. Sounds fun. Yeah, if you want to check it out, that's actually all up on my YouTube channel. A bit of spoilers now that you can see the run that I died on and the run that I won on, but if you want to check it out, they are all available in the background. I think the VODs are also here on Twitch, if you are kind of a one-platform kind of person. But definitely had a whole lot of fun. Always do, really. It's hard for me not to have fun when just playing DCSS. It's stressful in the good kind of way. But, okay. So we're gonna change strats just a wee bit here. Probably not dipping into either of the branches. Spider is going to be a nightmare. Everyone's super fast, heavy poison damage, and things like the wolf spiders hit like trucks as well. So, that scares me. New swamp? A little bit better, but we lose one of our main advantages because swamp is almost always wide open and full of trees instead of walls. So, I'm thinking now, it's either back out to the dungeon, or we could go back into Orc. But Orc we left due to too many sorcerers, right? Or is there a named unique that I'm forgetting? No, named uniques would fortunately show up in the annotations here. So I think it's going to look like back out to the dungeon for us. Still haven't managed to find any will artifacts or magical items in general, right? I guess let's maybe do a quick check on that. Oh, there's a leather armor of willpower on D8. Yeah, it's a bit of a walk, but we'll make it. Oh, I left a pack of yaks on layer 4. Wow, I'm very forgetful. I didn't recall this at all. We're back at full piety, so we're just gonna start slouching. Very sick. That does the trick. And then thought we'd be able to just fight through that. Ended up being a little bit sketchier than expected. Still never outside of tab best range, but oh me oh my. Let's head back up for that leather armor here. So we're just gonna be grabbing this leather armor of willpower, and then go into D9. Oops, go D9. Who knows what keys I input in my first attempts there. Whoops. But we're gonna put on this willpower armor for the brief moment here. We're up to 2 pips of will. It's not grand. Here. Let's check it out. Oops. Did not mean to do that. This stair? Not that stair. These are the only stairs I have access to? No. There we go. Occasionally I do some weird thing that mixes up the order. Let's go. But let's head down here. And do I have to get in range of Elroka to check her new updated percentages? No. 10% chance. Still not fantastic, but between Ice Beast Swarm and crossing our fingers that she has a different spellbook, we'll never get banished, right? It's just, no. What the heck happened? Did she kill herself, or did the Ice Beast just do some serious work? I guess Ice Beast just did serious work, but it really looked like she blew herself up there. Okay, well that was a whole lot of stress over what ended up being an easy fight, but much rather that than the opposite situation in which we suddenly find ourselves dying without really knowing what we did wrong. So that's always the funny part about dying in this game. So you have to really think about where the mistakes were made, because mistakes can have a long time to kind of snowball into something serious. I feel like that's maybe something that turns off a lot of brand new players, where it can feel like there's nothing you could do in a situation you were destined to die. But it's usually because there's something you could have done like 10 minutes ago that would have been all the difference at this point in the run as well. Oh, crap. Enemy that goes invisible. I had my chance to test out. We're supposed to do some fancy test work with Corona here. Does Corona work on invisible enemies? It does. Oh, and that's what the blue oval is. Huh. Learn something new every day. We saw one of those earlier in an altar. Very cool. So it does reveal invisible enemies, but I don't think that's what the question was the other day. I think the question was very specifically trying to get it off on an enemy, and then the enemy turns invisible. And we're going to try and investigate what happens. Ooh. Hello. Okay, they resisted. Okay, they did not resist. Beast is outlined in light. Just looking in the text here because we won't be able to tell when they go invisible if they're no longer glowing. Okay, hopefully this doesn't kill us. How much damage do you do? Not much, right? Didn't think so. For science. Hey, look at that. Skybeast flickers out of sight for a moment, still completely visible, thanks to Corona. So, does seem like it works. Oh no, it stopped glowing. Okay, yes. For a second there, I thought I might have immediately proven myself completely wrong. But, yes, Corona does seem to be the answer to things there, which is pretty cool. Does persist through turning invisible. Perfect. I was pretty sure we could tap fight an ogre, but always risky the first time you throw into that. And right, I remember you now. Okay. So here we actually want to go back out. If we're going to be taking this fight, which we will now, we're much better looking than we were the first time we came around these parts. But I want to find the shortest route. That seems like probably the shortest route. You gave a Corona, you monster, right? That phrase hits a little bit different in this these times. But hey, we do what we must. And ice beasts, nice. Ice beasts, check out the Cyclops. No problems there. And that is D11. So yeah, normally we don't have a source of seeing visible, which would normally scare us moving on down here, but we're making our way through the dungeon, no mask style, just spreading, being a real vector for the whole population down here. So if anything turns invisible on us, we can just infect it. And fortunately, Corona allows us to see it. Are we far enough along into COVID now where we can start making like dark more jokes about it, or is it still too like close and personal? If anyone is personally offended, definitely let me know, and I don't have to joke about it. I want to see what this armor does. Ooh, it is drain, but resist poison an int +8. Huh. Quite the snazzy looking pair as well. If anything's gonna replace their Ninja Turtle outfit, I guess it would have to be this snazzy red satin. I guess leather. It's very much not satin. But snazzy silk satin? Silky satin? I like alliteration. So I'll just very ham-fistedly throw a bunch of words together. And I'm doing some quick mental calibration for inventory management here and thinking if there's anything. Oh, potions of degeneration. We don't need to carry that around. Let's throw those out for now, shall we? Necrophages, get the army coming in just in case. Not too shabby. And this is looking much better than the absolute horrors and despair that we were dealing with down in our lair section here. Jeez Louise, Cyclops throwing rocks hit like a freaking truck. Beautiful though. That's much better. Ooh, Acid Dragon, let's quickly step out of range and we'll do a quick little finagling of our ring situation here. Some of those bad boys on. One ice beasts. Come to me in my time of need. Okay, apparently everything's gonna hear us fighting and make their way on over as well. No, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, dang it, I was about to... It's like, oh, I have to Frozen Ramparts to fight the troll, but apparently my Ice Beast is just gonna absolutely wreck house, no problems whatsoever. Scion is electricity, isn't it? Cool. Not ice. Very good to know. These ugly things are always a wee bit scary, but there we are. Through in one piece. Yet again. So we will continue our way. Gargoyle shouldn't be that scary. Not that scary. Everything's a little bit scary for us. Here's a squishy little caster pal, but we're at least up to 10 AC naturally now, which is a little bit better than what we've been dealing with on the run so far. And again, it's just so nice being back out to the standard dungeon. It's like right when you finish the S layer branches or something like that. So it's such a relief. Okay, hold up. Talk. Retreat this way. There we go. Perfect. Gone a lot better at the command controls after our Hill Arc run as well. All helps out. We're headed Hydra. Let's try and take out before we accidentally riposte and take out too many heads. No, I'll even give myself more AC. That seems pretty good. Jeez Louise. There we go, finally. Then let's step out of our ramparts to close distance with that priest there. Oh, apparently that zombie just disappeared. I wanted to kill that zombie toad, but okay. Cool, cool, cool. And can we make it through here? We cannot make it through there. Very cool again. That's a cute little heart-shaped vault. Where's the entrance to your cave, sir? There we go. Jeez, there's more of a pain just to deal with you. And there we go. Finally found the bullfrog zombie as well. Thankful again for our holy weapon here that takes out an entire category of monsters that we'd normally be struggling quite a bit with as an ice elementalist. Ooh, treasure trove. Wonder if that will be at all approachable in a 3-rune game. You never know with these. They can range pretty far in terms of what they request. Plus 4 ice dragon scales. Oh, that's super easy. Oh, we're very likely to be able to do that. In fact, maybe once we clear layer 6, we might have an ice dragon scales. I guess we only have 4 enchant weapon potions, or scrolls as it were, so maybe we don't want to throw all those away immediately. No, I do not have that item trove. Cannot assist you. Let's ramparts against any swarm enemy, and then bring in our own swarm as well. Not too shabby. Oh my gosh. More swarms? Maybe I should have brought my summons first this time, just to make sure we don't get surrounded. So that is the one painful part about these buddies. So they're definitely apt. You know what, let's not move. Ice Beast can finish off that buddy. In fact, Ice Beast can do all of my work for me. Perfect. Okie dokie. It's rough because we're back up to full piety, so I'm tempted to maybe find a place where we might want to throw out a bunch of slouches. Son of a gun. Okay, so fortunately, only course of action here. Crap. I was really hoping to give that vampire Corona. Let's one more try. Yes, it worked. That one's you know what, fine. I guess we fight you ourselves. Right, we have a holy scimitar too. Should probably just start slashing at that buddy. I was about to say though that it's nice to have Corona as our solution for invisible enemies, if just because our summons don't have See Invisible, so if we gave ourselves the ability, it would help us, but they would not be assisting in the combat whatsoever. But with one simple step I said, perfect. We can do that. Allows them to assist even in those trickier, sneakier fights. Okay, and now let's do a few more little army clashes here. I think that's my favorite part about, yeah, Hill Arc runs in general, but also any summoner run is just watching my toys smash against each other. Ooh, a Yaktar. Very scary. Don't like that. Oh, we're not in a great wall place either. At least the Yaktar had to come adjacent to us. That's pretty sick. Ice Beasts. Go for this, buddy. Yes. Definitely break our ramparts. There's no reason to be holding on to those anymore. Beauty. And finally we get another amulet. Oh, wizard. 50% chance to banish. I think not. I think we just leave. Dang. I would love to get a consistent source of will. It's something that we've been lacking in 2 games in a row now that just... I mean, I wasn't that stressed about it in my Minotaur game because I just forgot it was a problem and didn't ever run into a situation where it was detrimental to our health. But now that I'm paying attention to it, I have no excuse. I should try and prevent ourselves from being banished. I also will use our Identify Scroll on this necklace. Regeneration. Regeneration can be pretty powerful, especially as you continue to stack on multiple sources. Get some crazy health per second for extended fights. But I kind of like having the magic points regenerating right now. Allows us to throw out slouches and summons a bit more regularly. Especially, yeah, the summons. Anytime we can just keep enemies busy consistently. It's a win in our books. Also, I can't believe that we never found another stairway in that first little venture. Jeez, that's scary. Well, okay. Micro decision time. Noticed a bit ago that we have a decent amount of piety here, so I'm tempted to use up some of that. Well, we have it available. There's no point in sitting at absolutely max piety. There is a bit of leeway between when we get to 6 stars and when we hit max, but can't really see what that leeway is, so I'm gonna go to layer 5. Unfortunately, I've kind of like spread out the Ice Dragon and stuff, I think, which isn't great. Ideally, everything is kind of grouped together. Oh, right, and there's that spear here. I totally forgot about that spear. Okay. Doesn't really matter what stairs we go down. And, okay. Ice Dragon is probably there. Right there. Is that my only real issue? No, Yaks up here. Death Yaks. Okay, if I hit O, it will... I was gonna say, start taking me in the right direction here. Then I immediately found myself in the middle of danger already. Too late to retreat. Well, I guess we fight to the death here. Beauty. Turns out it wasn't a pack of Death Yaks, just the one. But this is the Catoplebis lair? Are there more of you? There are more of you. Just one more of you. Ice Beast? Ice Beast. Frozen Ramparts. Okay. Crap. I'm trying to think of how I can deal enough damage to make it worth it. Could it be worth it to stand in the calcifying cloud? Probably not, right? This buddy gores pretty hard. 36 damage. Definitely not a love tap. Well. Slouch is also, it just seems like a waste in this situation. So I'll take the one step. Ramparts will break. Also, maybe confirmed that I'm not going to instantly get petrified in the 2 turns it takes me to move. Because it seems, I think that the Cataclysm blew on our first move. Could be wrong, but let's bring in Frozen Ramparts, bring in more Ice Beasts. Beauty. Just trying to keep enough like damage options available that even if we got petrified there, I was hoping we'd be okay in the long run. And here's why we came back ready to slouch away. Let's let everyone come in. Scimitar of Undead Holy Branded from Peacock. Yeah, no, definitely a bit of a misnomer there. Ooh, crap. More slouches. Still no way I die in 1 turn, so we slouch. Ain't no thing. Out of mana now though, so yes, break the ramparts. And run away. Beauty. No, but strange opposite world name aside, the Scimitar has been doing quite a bit of work for us. Definitely helped ourselves out. Also, hope you're having a good morning, or I guess not quite afternoon. Yeah, it'd still be morning. Hope you're having a good morning, Peacock. Do bring in some summons here. This ended up being a little bit sketchier than I expected, but this shouldn't be a fight that even requires excessive use of slouch here. Just a couple of high priority targets were able to burst down pretty quickly. Cataclysms are very scary every single time though. Dang, I was hoping they'd wander out this way. Oh my gosh, no idea where they've wandered. No? Hello? Ooh, Manticore. Come this way. Perfect. Let's fight you one at a time. You hear that, Cataclysm? No, apparently nobody heard the ruckus that we created. Okay, summons. Definitely bring in the ice wall. Dang it. Immediately take down the ice wall. Aforementioned ice wall. Ooh, put the frozen ramparts back up. All we need to do, perfect. Kill that Cataclysm quickly enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, statues do not count as walls. Don't know why I always confuse the two. Exactly the same in my mind, but okay, game, whatever. Guess we will deal with what we have to here. And fortunately, not too shabby of a fight whatsoever. Oh my gosh. I mean, I saw that it was the Cataclysm's fault ending, but still. Does it gotta be so many? Oh, no calcifying dust? Okay, we got way luckier that time around. Even got another spellbook here, not anything particularly useful or anything that I was especially looking out for, I should say. Ice Dragon, still around. Son of a gun. Okay. Cold Breath at 3d24. Oh, I should have prepared for this fight. I have so many resist cold things. Why didn't I do that before starting? Guess mid-fight. Resist, or Ring of Ice? Heck yeah, bud. Then, oh, we are down to 5 pipes of hippity. Pips of piety. There we go. Still tempted to go with the game plan here, though. Yeah, not looking like we have a whole lot of other options. Oh, I guess Fulminant Prism. Can I just get out of range? Yes, break my ramparts. Crap. You being dead is not grand. This might kind of work. Then I do something like that. Then they blow each other up, right? Which actually is probably not a good thing, now that I think about it. Right, I spaced them far enough apart that they both overlap. It's like a Venn diagram, and we want the baddies in the center, right? Something like that. The Catoplebus. Classic D&D monsters. Oh yeah, no, that's another classic one. I haven't played a whole lot of D&D, but not a monster that I've run into personally, fortunately. Seems like quite the frightening encounter. But it makes sense. A lot of the original D&D monsters were very much like hybrids, or at least kind of variations on real animals. Stuff like the cockatrice, I think, has been around since very early D&D as well, even though I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to remember. There was I don't know if anyone in chat watches any of the Dropout TV content, but I was watching an actually that covered that, and they listed off like 4 different creatures, and you had to figure out which one wasn't from the original edition of D&D. I can't remember what all of them were. I know Beholders was on the list there. I think Cockatrice, but I cannot remember for the life of me what else they had for options. Okay, so Dragon is right next to me now. I keep stepping away from it too. Forgot. We're a worshiper of Che. We're slow as heck. That's not going to help. Okay, so I did one more slouch there, just to see if it's doing anything for us. And it's not a lot. Unfortunately, our ice magic, not going to do a whole lot against a very resistant enemy here. But we could either try and swarm with summons, or use up a bunch of our auxiliary tools here. So I'm starting with that Wand of Acid, which is pretty sick. Okay, I don't think we can die. It's 3d24, but it's halved because we have 1 pip of cold resistance. Okay, just confirming that we do, and I'm not crazy there. So that would be 36, 12, 12, 12. Yeah, so still not dead. Ain't no thing. Charge, Ice Beast. Charge. Oh, I was about to summon in another one, but heck yeah, we got rid of it. There we go. Managed to take care of that dragon a little painfully, but it's not many other ways we could try and go about that, unfortunately. Options are limited when we're very much schooled in just one style here.